Job done in the Europa League. We have rocked up to Old Trafford and we've gotten the 3 points. Was it straightforward? Absolutely not. We're Manchester United. It is never straightforward. We've beaten Rangers 2-1. 0-0 at half-time. Quite exciting first half 0-0. It was a disallowed goal where it probably shouldn't have been disallowed. But apart from that, second half, we got an incredibly lucky goal. A Jack Butland own goal. Once a red, always a red. Thank you very much, Jack. And we then decided to... a horrendous piece of defending from our entire defence, but in particular Harry Maguire, who's had a great season, a great couple of years, and that was a bad mistake. The tracking of his man was absolutely non-existent. So a bad mistake from Maguire gave Rangers the equaliser, and then it was Bruno Fernandes at the other end, only a couple minutes later. Lissandro Martinez, that's the second time in about 5 games he's done that. He did it in the derby, and he's now put another incredible ball into the box. And Bruno Fernandes gets on the end of it. Terrible defending by Rangers, it must be said. The man marking was absolutely non-existent, but really, really good cross, really good goal. And in the end, 3 points, which should send us through to the next round of the Europa League. If we take a look at the Europa League table, we now sit 4th. We now make top 8 to skip the next thing. There are teams that can catch us going down to 10th. So mathematically, we are like 98% through. So I'm not too worried. In terms of Rangers, they've gone down to 13th, so they've got a big game on the final match day. Their goal difference is quite good. We play FCSB on the final match day, who will be playing probably for more than us. We'll be playing for something still, but they'll be playing for more than us. They sit 8th, and we sit 4th, as I said. They have gone on a massive underdog run, and they are a chance to... They are a chance to go through in the top 8. They'll definitely make it through the playoffs. It's not the be-all and end-all making the playoffs, but skipping that gives you like a whole 1-2 week break, and it's just very good to rest the body with these demanding schedules. United are one of only 3 undefeated teams now. It's us, Galatasaray, and Lazio who are breezing the Europa League, and overall we actually haven't been that good in Europe this season. Like, the draw to Twente was terrible. The win against Bodo Glimt was an absolute struggle. The win against Victoria Pilsen was a struggle. These teams, we should be beating 4-5-0, and we're just not. Let's take a look at the game. As I said, Butland's, Dessa's got the other goal for Rangers, and it was Bruno late on. Let's go player by player. Altay Bayinder's our number 1. For the time being, the last time we saw a keeper roulette at the Reds like this was 2021, the 2020-2021 season, COVID, where we were switching between De Gea and Henderson, and it was similar. It's, do we sacrifice ball playing for good shot stopping, or do we sacrifice good shot stopping for ball playing? And we've got Bayinder, who's not terrible with his feet. He's better than De Gea was with his feet. So maybe it's not as extreme. But my God, he looks so comfortable, and he's big as well. He made himself big in goal. He closed out a few times, quick off his line. Good game yet again by Altay Bayinder. He'll get in the votes. Back 3 was interesting. This team selection, I was so happy with it when it came out. It was just so refreshing to have a manager that does this. Lenny Yoro, I thought had a really good first half, to be honest, and faded out a little bit, but I thought he had a good game as a whole. Matthias de Ligt came off at half-time. He didn't play badly, so I can only assume it was for resting reasons. De Ligt will most likely start against Fulham on Sunday. And Martinez, what a game from him. He's putting together a really good season. And we need him. He's arguably our most important centre-back, because that game against Brighton, Yoro, De Ligt, Maguire just had no balance. We need that left-sided guy, and as I said, I'd love it. He might cost a lot, but I'd love a guy like Gonzalo Inacio in the summer to provide a bit of less centre-back competition for Leacher. Ahmad, right wing-back, bit selfish, didn't have the game he wanted, but you'll get that always with a young player. Collier and Eriksson in the pivot. Eriksson left a few massive gaps in the first half. I thought he had a better second half, surprisingly. It's usually the opposite effect with Eriksson, but yeah, overall, did an okay job. Collier wasn't very tidy, but he's got legs, he ran hard, and overall, a solid effort from the youngster. And only his second ever start. His first ever start in the midfield as well. His first ever start was at left back against Barnsley, which he obviously struggled in. And then Dallo, I thought, again, quite an understated game. I thought he was really good against Brighton. Probably our best player by quite a distance. But yeah, I thought understated, decent game. Bruno in the pivot, yet again, just very, very good. In my opinion, our best player today. He's putting together some really good form. He's climbing up quickly as well in the Player of the Year leaderboard. I think he's actually tied 5th with De Ligt. He's looking really good. really well taking goal. Loving Bruno at the moment. Garnacho provided threat. I like Garnacho. Is this to push his price tag up to Napoli and Chelsea? I'm not sure. I hope we keep him. I uploaded a TikTok. If you haven't already checked out, UCATT.FC on TikTok and on Instagram for the reels. He's got too much raw talent to sell. And I get he's going to take time. And maybe he's not the correct player for Ruben's system. And we'd rather sell to buy to get the correct players. But I think Garnacho's got too much raw talent to just throw away. We've made him in Carrington. Like, this is a really proud thing. And to throw him away would be real stiff. Xerxes up top. Again, putting in some good shifts. I'm enjoying watching Joshua Xerxes play at the moment. Far better than Rasmus Højlund at this point in time. And showing more potential. I'm going to be honest. Højlund's got more raw talent, I think, in terms of his skill set, the way he plays. But Xerxes at the moment is just performing better. Take a look at the bench. Maguire completely at fault for the goal. Terrible defending, but made a few important professional pieces defending towards the end of the game to close the game out. Højlund didn't do a lot. Malacia put in a great shift. He's getting in the votes. I'm going to tell you right now. Malacia put in a great shift. He was on for about 20, 30 minutes. Brick wall. The Rangers flankers absolutely did not get past him. He was fantastic. I was a massive fan of Tyrell Malacia's performance, and that might be his first ever Player of the Year votes because we started doing them last season. He didn't play a game. So good to see Tyrell back out there balling. I still don't think Ruben rates him, but that's all right. Manuel cleaned up the game well. Cobby didn't do a lot, to be honest. Let's take a look at the Player of the Year votes. I've given Bruno the 5. I think the goal was the cherry on top. I thought he played really, really well. I thought he was clean, understated yet again, and he's quickly climbing in that leaderboard. Garnacho, 4 votes. Provided threat, provided dare. He actually played on the left wing, which was a risk because we often get more output from Garnacho on the right because he tends to be more unselfish because it's not his natural cut-in. But I still thought he played well. Altay Bayinda with the 3 votes. Again, he's just looking very, very good, very solid. I'm expecting Bayinda to make his first Premier League start against Fulham on Sunday. Lissandro Martinez gets the 2. That assist to Bruno was magical. Looking so, so good. Defended strongly. And yeah, Martinez, good game. And Malacia gets the 1 vote for his bench cameo. I thought he was so solid. The Rangers flankers found him impenetrable. And overall, a really, really solid game from our Dutchman. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Ahmad, still, there's no change to the top 5. Ahmad still flying on top with 62. Maz was out with an injury today. He copped a knock against Brighton. He's on 48. Ugarte, 42. Onana's going to be out the top 5 soon. He's there on 37. Delit's on 34, and I can actually say Bruno's also on 34. If you want to see the full leaderboard, you can go check that out on the community tab. If you haven't already checked out, we've launched on TikTok at UCATT.FC. Heaps of stuff happening over there, as well as on Instagram. Posts, updates, reels, there's heaps going on over there on the socials that we've just launched at UCATT.FC as well. So go and check those out, because they are very, very exciting. Thank you all for watching. I will next be live Monday morning for United vs Fulham. As I said, get on the socials for updates on those. Videos coming out throughout the week on the main channel on UCATT FC. And yeah, we're trying to push UCATT FC to new lengths in 2025. I'm really going at it this year. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time. Cheers. Up the Reds.